With Ultra Cell just releasing, this meta has gone completely out of hand, and every single unit that was once this good or this bad has completely changed. So today, I'm going to be going over the best units in Dragon Ball Legends right now. This can go from A tier, then go to S, Z+, Godly. It's going to go in that order, worst to best, okay guys? This is absolutely insane how some of these units that are on the bottom tier used to be top 5, and then Ultra Cell released, and now they're completely off. I mean, this is pretty insane. Starting off in the bottom tier, I have Ultra Majin Vegeta. Listen, this Vegeta is absolutely insane. Do not get me wrong. The Vanish Recovery, the damage, the AoE Green with type neutral, the lock-on, the lock-on ultimate. God damn. Yeah, this unit has everything. I do not know how they can make a unit like this fall off. I do not know how. But with Ultra Cell being released, this unit cannot do jack shit. I mean, this unit cannot do any damage towards Cell. I mean, his endurance and buff cancellation is basically useless towards Cell, since Cell basically always nullifies endurance, one of the stupidest thing ever. But I mean, hey, endurance was really getting out of hand, and I'm happy they are doing this, but god damn, they didn't have to put it on a Ultra unit. Jesus Christ. Thank goodness Pan does not have endurance, because if Pan had endurance, then I'd feel bad. But nah, since Pan doesn't have endurance, Pan is still the #1 unit in this game. Pan, Red Pan, it's not working. She is the GOAT. Now, even though Ultra Majin Vegeta is still an incredible unit, he's no longer this insane unit that he used to be. He's no longer the GOAT. He's nowhere near the #1 unit best in the game. That's just no longer what he is. Let's go to the next place. Next one I'm going to talk about is Legends Limited Daima Goku, who's also on the bottom tier. This unit is useful, and he is red, which is great. But his teams are just not good. He is sane, but Daima is just a terrible tag right now. Let's all just be honest here. And this unit does not do enough damage to keep up in the meta. He just does simply not. His damage is great, but it's nowhere near Cell's. His tanking is not the best. He does have endurance when, opponent rushes, but has no meaning at all if Ultra Cell's the one that rushes you. His buff cancellation is basically useless against Cell. Cell has really changed everything. Cell is breaking every unit with endurance. Endurance with buff cancellation is one of the things that made so many units super valuable. But then Ultra Cell released, and now all those units are just going back to what they were if they didn't have endurance. It really shows what endurance can do to a unit. That's what it is really doing. Let's go to the next person on the bottom list, who you will be super surprised at. Next on the bottom tier is Legends Limited Gotenks. I do not know how this unit is still alive. This unit released like 4 months ago and is still doing great damage, tons of Vanish Recovery. He does have endurance, but like I said, that has no meaning. No buff cancellation, which makes him actually somewhat fun. Great damage. This unit is just a super fun unit, I'm just gonna admit. He's by far one of my favorite units in Dragon Ball, and I think this dude is super underrated. You can run this dude in the meta right now, he'd be great. Now, the main reason he's this good is because he's Fusion Warrior, and because he's Majin Buu Saga. Majin Buu Saga is basically carrying the meta right now. I mean, Cell Saga and Androids is now finally back, but for way too long, Cell Saga was dominating this game. For way too long. Like, imagine if Pan was Cell Saga. I still see Pan. I still see people running Pan. And that just proves that she is the #1 unit in this game, and she will always be the #1 unit in this game. Let's go to the next person. Next is Legends Limited Vegito Blue. Yeah, this unit does not deserve to be any higher. He does not. And yes, it is still the bottom tier. He does not deserve it. He does not deserve it at all. This unit's combos are stupid, damage stupid, tanking stupid. And you can think, wait, why is he this low on the list? First of all, his main thing is to basically be immune to all gauges. But since gauge is not the biggest thing right now, this dude's basically whole use is gone. All he has is combos. And his combos, although last forever, Beast kind of killed him with the arts cost, and since so many units basically increase arts cost now, yeah, this unit cannot do anything now. But yeah, he'll still combo you forever. It doesn't even matter. He does have great Vanish Recovery, tons of combos, like I already said, good damage, good tanking, buff cancellation, no endurance, but like I said, doesn't matter. This unit does not deserve to be anywhere higher on this list. This unit does have great animations, and if he ever comes back and you summon on him or get him and try to use him right now, he is very usable. His team is Future, so he can work very well with Cell. But I don't know if Cell really buffs Future. I don't remember. I didn't look. But if he does, this dude can be a great partner for him. And yes, this Vegeta Blue is still incredibly usable. He just does not deserve to be any higher on this dumbass list. Next is an absolute abomination of a unit, and this is Ultra Turles. We're on to now the middle tier. I do not know how Ultra Turles is still this high on my list, personally. This unit's comeback is basically saving it, you know? And that's what keeps this dude going. His comeback is the main reason he's good. Yes, he does get Vanish back on main. Ultimate does it hard. Great neutrality. Tons and tons and tons and tons of cover null, and it's stupid. Pan, I love you, and I love your neutrality because of how small you are. I mean, you're just so grabbable and stealable and kidnappable. It's just insane. But even though Ultra Turles is by far not even close to number 1, he can still be greatly seen as a top 15 unit because of his comeback, his damage, his tanking, and his reliability on, well, always coming back, basically. It's his whole ability. Now, when he does his comeback, you lose all your ki, Arch Cross get increased, and you lose your Vanish. Now, usually you could switch out, but if you are the last one standing and you kill this Turles, you literally cannot do anything. It doesn't matter if you I'm telling you, they need to release a unit that has Vanish safety or Vanish protection or something. Anything with Vanish protection could be so useful, I'm just saying. Next up in the middle tier is Ultra Goku Black Rose. Now, this unit used to be not very good. He is by far one of my favorite units in Dragon Ball Legends because of the amount of ultimates he just comes to the table. But this man is absolutely really good now with his platinum equipment. Great cover null. That means that if you even find a beast, which is super rare now because Cell's running around, if you do find a beast, he cannot counter his ultimate because his ultimate is not in him, it's in his kit. So you basically cannot do anything against this dude's ultimate, and he has so many of them, it's insane. Gauge fills up way faster one time, so it's just kind of sad. Green card has tons of blues, tons of strikes. This unit is so much better now, even though he's by far not number 1. And I mean, very disappointing equipment in my opinion. This unit's still very good, and I just wish he was better. I really wish they did. They could have made this dude the best unit in the game. They could have if they wanted to, but decided to save him for some other reason. That's a very good question why they didn't, but they decided to save him for another reason. Rose is still on the middle tier. I wish he was higher, but sadly this is as far as he can go. I have no idea why and no idea how Ultra Super Saiyan 2 Gohan is still this high on my list. There should be no way. He has no platinum equipment. Zero. He has no buffs at all. But this dude has a great team, dumbass kit, and this dude is unstoppable. Blue card can counter basically everything in this game. I mean, his Rising Rush is a normal Rising Rush. Has Endurance, which is basically useless against Cell, but still has Endurance. Has an AoE green that's a quick animation, which you can dodge after it. Insane damage. Armor-piercing blast cards, just like Cell. Not like it can get any worse. This unit does way too much. One of the best last man standings I've ever seen. I mean, bro, this dude's back on my main team, basically. Just because of him and Cell work so well together. They're both blast oriented. They both have the armor piercing, great damaging ultimates, tons and tons and tons of damage, and overall, great tanking. He has a super annoying unique gauge that basically when you do a strike or AoE, my fault. If he has a blue or a green that goes forward, he counters that and illegally touches you in 400 ways like I would illegally touch him and Pan. And that's just how this dude is. Why is he a thing? Why did you release him? He did not need to be released. There was zero reason this dude should be released, and yet he is here and he's coming everywhere. I believe our most recent Legends Limited, at the time we recording this video, is Legends Limited Super Saiyan Goku. Now, this unit is extremely cool, but extremely annoying. Obviously, he has an AoE green, because why wouldn't I? Obviously, he has a lock-on ultimate, and obviously, he does tons of damage. But, this is probably the worst tanking LF in the game right now, which is pretty insane. Even worse than Bardock, Legend Limited Bardock, if you want to put it that way. This unit does do great damage, but in return, he does not tank. Has AoE green with uncancelable neutrality, which is great. Lock-on ultimate, which you know what that means. You can't switch out of his ultimate. And obviously, this dude's animations are great. Now, this unit is still in the middle tier, in my opinion. I do not think that he is an extremely overpowered unit that did not make his kit fucking dumb like Ultra Majin Vegeta's, but they basically made it a cheap copy, and it's okay. Next, we are going to the high tier, starting off with probably the best one on the high tier, arguably, and that is Legends Limited God Goku. This dude is by far one of the worst releases in 2024 during the anniversary. Terrible on release. He did nothing. The only thing he had was an AoE green. That is it. Terrible ass unit. But then they gave him a little unique equipment and completely redid his kit, and now he has become a demon. This dude does so much damage. great combos, AoE green, type neutral blue, has an incredible hard-hitting ultimate, which is crazy. Insane animation, super hype unit, obviously. This unit is incredible. One of the best units to this day right now. And that is just unbelievable. The way how they remade this unit. Legends Limited God Goku will go down in history as one of the worst units of all time on release to be one of the best units a few months, no, like 6-7 months later. And that, in my opinion, is enough to say that he definitely belongs on first of the top of the high list. And that is just incredible for God Goku because I love God Goku. Next up on the high list is Ultra Beast Gohan. This dude went from #1 in the game to arguably top 5 after the release of one unit, Ultra Cell. With Ultra Cell being type advantage on this unit, permanently nullifying endurance, incredible amount of damage, his ultimate can hit, and is immune and does so much at the same time, you cannot stop him. Although this beast is amazing, has a type neutral ultimate, type neutral special beam cannon, great damage if it's not Ultra Cell, tons of blues, tons of strikes, great disruption, not the best tanking at all, but solid unit overall. But then Ultra Cell released and completely wiped this dude out of the meta. Completely wiped this dude out of the meta. It is so rare to see a yellow unit, let alone Beast Gohan, and that's just crazy. It took them like 5 units to fully get rid of UG4, but it took 1 unit to get rid of Ultra Beast Gohan. One unit it took rid of the Ultra Beast Gohan, and that, in my opinion, just shows how overpowered Ultra Cell is. That is just insane. I'm telling you, man, Ultra Cell has changed the game in one of the biggest ways I've ever seen. #1 is obviously Blue Beast Gohan. That man didn't just knock off 1 to 5 units. That man knocked off every single unit ever released before him, and that was stupid. Now, Ultra Cell did not do that, but he still completely reshaped the meta more than almost any other unit on this listed. Next on the high list is actually another one of my favorite units, and this is Legends Limited Merge Zamasu. This man by far has one of the coolest gauges of all time. The fact that I can switch between defense and offense, great cover null, tons of Dragon Ball destruction, tons of damage, insane amount of damage I should say, insane. Not the best tanking, but his gauge destroying everything makes up for it. The only bad thing with his gauge is that you have to take an extra card, you have to take another one if you know what I mean, to reset or activate your gauge to combine all the buffs or debuffs you're gonna get or give. And that just kind of sucks, but incredible animations, super hard hitting blue, super hard hitting strike, like goddamn! Pan, I love you, but I don't know, you might be falling off because of this unit. This unit is absolutely insane. Do not sleep on this Zamasu. If you fight a low star Zamasu, then he will go down pretty easily. But if you fight a 7+ star Zamasu, he can become a very big problem. That shows a lot for this unit. Now, for the last person on the high list before the top tier list, I have Legends Limited Android 17. Not Super 17, just normal Android. The fact that this dude's equipment saved him is incredible. His gauge now fills up way faster with his equipment. Great damaging blue card. I mean, his gauge is already broken enough, but he gets tons of support. Green card gives cover no when his gauge is full, and card draw speed, all that good stuff, you know. It's just insane. Hard-hitting ultimate. There's not much to say about this unit, except that he's a great support type unit. This dude supplies great cards, great blues, great greens, good damage, great tanking, great liability. Now has endurance, which is, well, he always had endurance, but now has buff cancellation with his endurance, which, like I said, is basically useless with Ultra Cell out, but still is an absolute force to be reckoned with. I love this unit. I wish he was done a bit better, but he was done incredible, do not get me wrong. Now, the next two are interchangeable, but starting off the tier list is, on the top tier list, is Legends Limited Gohan and Trunks. My god, I thought these dudes were a mid-release at first, but these dudes are aging and getting better every single hour. These dudes have insane damage, good tanking, tons of healing, not much cover note, only on gauge and green, but still absolutely great. This unit is incredible, has one of the worst voice lines ever, but what makes this unit very special is after that insanely sad voice line, the God! No! No! After that absolute sadness and after the LF, if you don't know, this dude has a little something called Revival, aka Comeback, aka Succession, aka it's called the Succession. Now, this Succession is just normal, except for when the dude revives, he's in a new form. So, I don't know why they renamed it. There was no point in doing that, but they did, and it's pretty great. He revives as Super Saiyan Trunks, which is great. Has a blue, gets Vanish Back on main ability, and gets a blue with that main ability, and does insane damage with that blue. Good comboing, tons and tons and tons of hand refills, and absolutely a great unit. This unit definitely deserves to be on the top tier list. Now, going to the second unit on the top tier list. Like I said, this unit and the last unit are interchangeable, but Legends Limited Super Saiyan 2 Goku transforming into Super Saiyan 3 is absolutely stupid. This dude is basically the cheap remake of Vegito Blue, but it costs him way more, basically, is how I'm going to put it. These dude combos for way longer, has so many greens to give him cover null, 2 cards, card draw speed. His gauge gives him more cards, more damage, more card draw speed. I mean, like, bro does too much damage with buff cancellation. No endurance, but like I said, that doesn't matter. I mean, this is all just stupid. Before he transforms, he's okay. He doesn't get cover null on entry like he does, but he does nullify endurance every time the transform version enters the battlefield. And that is stupid. Even though it's just kind of like cells, these two run together can be pretty broken, not gonna lie. I mean, if you run Vegito Blue, Super Saiyan 3 Goku and Cell together, you're the most annoying person in this world. You do not deserve to be alive. A unit that does so much damage with double comboing is just absolutely insane. Let's go to number 1, the last unit I'm going to talk about, and you all know who this GOAT is. Without a doubt in my mind, at the top, tippity top of the top tier list is Ultra Cell. There is no competition at all between worlds with this unit. This unit has immaculate damage. I mean, 3-carding people with ease. And it's not like you can live it with endurance at all because he permanently nullifies it. He does so much damage. Great tanking with a very interesting disruption, not destroying or reducing, only sealing the card, which makes him completely unusable, which is just incredible. Green card is a projectile, which shoots him back, gives you a free combo. Blue card gives him card. I forgot what it was called, but it basically can't see their cards, basically. They're like in a mystery effect. This dude does so much damage with the tap attack. If you fully max it out, he gets Vanish Back and does way too much damage with it. This is one of the reasons why Turles is kind of back in the meta, because he's blue, which counters Red Cell and has a comeback, so he's guaranteed to live if he has his comeback when you do the ultimate. And this dude has endurance with buff cancellation. They gave this dude everything. Not gonna lie, his gauge is interesting. His gauge is a time type gauge, which means it fills up over time, and when it reaches the top, it starts releasing, which means it's going down over time. And that gives him neutrality. I don't know if it gives him cover null, I forgot. But it gives them card draw speed, tons and tons and tons of buffs. You definitely do not want to waste this gauge. Guys, let me know what you guys think in the comments below of this list. This is just my opinion. In my opinion, Legends Limited Pan, Ultra Pan is incoming. I will say this in every single video until Pan or something reaches out to me and says, she's coming. And I'm going to yell, yes, she's coming!